Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good morning, everybody. Inshallah, today I'll complete with you the tangent ratio. Tangent ratio. We started to talk about tangent ratio in the last period. We started this unit 3, page 213. Unit 3, page 213, shapes and space. We talked about the right angle triangle, and I said to you, in case of right angle triangle, of course all of us know that we have only one right angle, which is 90 degrees. The side facing to the right angle, we call it hypotenuse. We call it hypotenuse. In the right angle triangle, we have three sides. The side facing to the right angle, and which is the longest side in the right angle triangle, we call it hypotenuse. Okay, and according to the angle I deal with it, consider I deal with angle Y. So what is the facing side to angle Y? Here, so we call it opposite, and this is adjacent to angle Y. But the opposite and adjacent, we decide them according to the angle I deal with it. If I deal with this angle X, so the opposite will be this angle, this side, and the adjacent this one. And the hypotenuse does not change because it is the facing side to the right angle triangle, and it is the longest side in the right angle triangle. Okay. This is the elevation, angle of elevation, as you see here, and this is the side go up, and this is angle of depression. Okay, and I said to you, bearing, we took it before, we will not repeat it again. I solved with you some problems from exercise 1, page 215. Exercise 1, page 215. We decide here in question 1, 2, and 3, where is the hypotenuse, where is the opposite, where is the adjacent according to the angle A, and we find the ratio, tan ratio. And I said to you that tan ratio, we give it T, it is the ratio opposite over adjacent, opposite over adjacent. Tan angle theta, this is angle theta. Tan angle theta is the opposite side to the angle over the adjacent side to the angle. Okay. We solved it, I think, most of the problems, and give other problems as a homework for you. What's left? I want to solve with you question number 19 and number 20. In question number 19, we need to draw the problem. So please open your book, page 216, question number 19. The angle of elevation, please make circle around the word elevation. The angle of elevation of the top of the cliff from about 125 away from the bottom of the cliff is 35. So again, the angle of elevation is 35. Find the height, circle the word height of the cliff. Okay, so let's read the problem again. The angle of elevation of the top of the cliff from about 125 meters away from the bottom of the cliff. The angle is 35 degrees. Find the height of the cliff. Okay, let's draw the problem as you see here. This is the angle of elevation. Okay, he said 35, and this is the distance 125. He asked about the height. I give the height x. Now I have angle, I have the adjacent of the angle, and I want to calculate the length of the opposite of this angle. So I can use the ratio tan. By giving tan 35 equals the opposite x over the adjacent 125. Please in each time write the rule tan equal opposite over adjacent. So here tan 35 equal x opposite over adjacent 125, like this. By using your calculator, you will calculate tan 35. In the beginning, to calculate x, I'll make cross multiplication. So x equal tan 35 multiplied by 125. Tan 35 multiplied by 125 equal x. In the beginning, I'll find the tan 35. As you see here, I'll open my switch on my calculator and press tan, then 35. So here tan 35. Press equal. This is the value of tan 35. Multiply it by 125. Multiply it by 125. Press equal. So this is the length of x. He said take one decimal place, so it will be 78.5, not more, or 3 significant figure. This is the answer. As you see here, I draw the problem. Angle of elevation. So this is the angle of elevation, 35. Not angle of depression, angle of elevation. So this is 35 and the distance 125. He asked about the height. So to find the height, I put it in a ratio. Tan 35 equal x, he asked about, over the adjacent to 125. Now to get x, cross multiplication, x equal tan 35 multiply 125. As you see on your calculator, x equal 87.5. Now go to question number 20. Please read it yourself and try to draw it. Number 20. Also, he said the angle of elevation, make circle or highlight around the elevation. The angle of elevation of a ratio mast from Remy is 60. So the angle of elevation is 60. Remy is 50 meters away from the base of the mast. Find the height of the radio mast. Sorry, I read it ratio. I'm so sorry. I read it again. The angle of the elevation of a radio mast from Remy is 60 degrees. Remy is 50 meters away from the base of the mast. Find the height of the radio mast. Okay. Yes, stop the video and try to draw it yourself. Check your answer with me. I'll draw the problem like this. This is the angle of elevation, 60. This is the distance, 50 meters away from the base of the mast, radio mast. And he asked about the height. I give the height, also x. Now to find this x, I'll put it in a ratio. What ratio I can use it? Tan. Tan 60 equal x over 50. Tan 60 equal x over 50. To get x, make cross multiplication. So x equal tan 60 multiply 50. X equal tan 60 multiply 50. Let's find tan 60. Here, press tan 60. This is tan 60 equal. Then multiply by 50. Equal 86.6. 86.6, like this. 86.6. That's enough. By this way, I finish exercise 1, page 215 and 216. Now I'll start exercise 1 star, page 216. Page 216. Okay. Go to the problem in your book. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Find the length of the side marked X. Here I have a right angle triangle with the angle 30, and this is the right angle. The distance here, or the adjacent for the angle 30, is 25, and the opposite X is unknown. So to get it, what can I do? I'll put it in a ratio, tan ratio. So tan 30 equal opposite over adjacent. So tan 30 equal X over 25, like this. Tan 30 equal X over 25. So cross multiplication, X equal tan 30 multiply 25. I'll press tan 30 on my calculator. Here tan 30 equal multiply 25 equal, so 14.4, as you see here, 14.4. He said 3 significant figures. I think it's clear. Now I'll take number 3. Number 2 is homework. Take number 3. In number 3, he asked about X. What is X? As you see here, X is part from this side. Sorry, this is number 7. I want number 3. I'm sorry. Here. He asked about X. I solve number 7 with you. This is X. X, what is the relation between X and the angle 75? It's adjacent for the angle 75. And the opposite is 746. Now tan 75 equal opposite 746 over X adjacent. This is number 3. Tan 75 equal 746 over X, opposite over adjacent. So to give the adjacent, multiply tan 75 multiply X equal 746. To get X, I divide by tan 75 both sides. So X equal 746 divided by tan 75. You will press on your calculator to find the tan 75 and find its value like this. Then you will take the, what is the side, 7, 4, 6 over the value of this tan, or we can press it tan 75, go up to make it equal. It gave me error because I pressed it 2 times. So here you can find, as I said to you, the tan 75. Take the number 746 divided by the value of tan 75. You will get the length is about 200. Okay, please يا بنات, I always, when I make it as a fraction from the beginning, here the calculator wrote error. Okay, so I prefer to find tan 75 first equal what? 2 plus square root of 3. And then I have fraction by this way. I get the answer 199.8. He said 3 significant figure, so I wrote it 200 like this. Okay, I don't know this is from my calculator only or in general, but I found always when I make it as a fraction from the beginning, it give me error. The calculator give me error. Okay, so I calculate the tan first, and then take the side divided by the value of tan to get the missing answer or missing side, like this. Okay, now go with me to question number 5. Take care, question number 5, we have a lot of problems like this idea. Look carefully, he asked about x, but take care, x is not all the side. Okay, x is part from the side facing which angle? Facing these two angles together, the sum of these two angles. Okay, x is part from the side facing to angle 45, 30 plus 15. But in the beginning I want to find this part, so I'll give it, say, y. And from this small triangle I'll calculate the opposite of angle 30. Then let's see what I have to do. In the beginning, this is my drawing. I consider this length is 3. Okay, and I'll start my working in this triangle. In this triangle. You see this triangle? It's a right angle triangle. Y is the opposite of 30 degree, of angle 30 degree. Like this. I work in this small triangle. To get y is the opposite of angle 30. So tan 30 equal y over the adjacent 20. And in the beginning, I'll find the length of y. I consider this unknown part is y. So y equal tan 30 multiply 20. I'll do it on my calculator. It will be 11.5. Now I find this y. But the aim is to find x. If I find the length of x plus y together, I can minus the length of y from it and get the length of x. I can? Yes, I can. Because x plus y is the opposite for the angle 45. All this angle. 30 plus 15 equal 45. What is the opposite? X plus y. So we can find the tan 45. Tan 45 equal x plus y, which is the opposite, x plus 11.5, over the adjacent for the 45, which is 20. Okay, like this. Now I can take tan 45 multiply 20 equal x plus 11. I calculate tan 45 equal 1, multiply 20 equal 20. So x plus 11.5 equal 20. Now x equal 20 minus 11.5 equal 8.5. Very interesting problem. In the beginning, he asked me to find the length of x. I can't find the length of x because it does not found in, it is not a side in a right angle triangle. But the remaining part from all this side, I consider it y. And work in this small right angle triangle. I found that y is facing to 30, so y is the opposite for 30. Tan 30 equal y over 20. By this way, I can get the length of y. This is part from all this side. Now, all this side, I can find its length, yes. How? Because these two angles together equal 45. And the opposite length for the angle 45 is x plus y. So tan 45 equal x plus the value of y 11.5 over 20. Cross multiplication. Find the tan 45 times 20. And now you can find the length of x. Nice problem. Now I am still in exercise 1 star, page 216. I want question number 6. Try to do it yourself. He asked about the length of x. Let's think together. to get the length of x, and I have here in this right angle triangle with angle 30, if I find the length of the opposite of 30, I can use the tan ratio and get x. But I don't have this length, this perpendicular line. But I can find it from the other triangle. It is the opposite of the angle 45. This angle is 90, so of course that one is 90. Now I want to find the opposite for 45 because I have the adjacent here. So tan 45 equal the opposite over adjacent 6. I give this side letter y and I work in this triangle. It's also a right angle triangle. Now y is opposite to angle 45, so tan 45 equal y over 6. Tan 45 equal y over 6. Tan 45 multiply 6 equal y. So y equal 6 because tan 45 is 1. By this way, I get the length of y. Let's work in this triangle. I have angle 30 and y is opposite, x is adjacent. I found the length of y, which is 6. Okay, so tan 30 equals 6 over x. Tan 30 equals 6 over x. So tan 30 multiply x equals 6. So to find the x, it will be 6 divided by tan 30. Find the value of tan 30, which is 0.577, and then take 6 over 0.577. You will get the length of x, 10.4. Important. Important. When I finish solving these problems, please try to do them yourself. I am still in exercise 1 star, page 216. Let's solve number 7. This is number 7. Okay. As you see here, I have right angle triangle. I have the perpendicular side is 50. The angle is 60. And I have another angle 15. He asked about x. Okay. I draw this problem here. 7. He asked about y, x, sorry. I can't find the x, but I can find all this from angle 60 plus 15. I start to work in this triangle first. I consider this side is y. Now tan 60 equals the opposite y over 50. Tan 60 equal the opposite y over 50. Like this. Cross multiplication, so y equal tan 60 multiply 50. So y equal 86.6. This is the length of y. When I add these two angles together, 60 plus 15, I'll get 75. What is the opposite side to the 75? X plus y. So tan 75 equal x plus y, which is the opposite, divided by the adjacent 50. So tan 75, I add the two angles together. Tan 75 equal the opposite x plus y over 50. I get y. So x plus y equal tan 75 multiply 50. So I get tan 75 times 50 equal 186.6. All of them equal x plus y. I get the value of y. So substitute it here. X equal 186.6 minus 86.6. So x equal 100. This is the length. Because from here I can add x plus y as opposite for which angle? Which angle? 75. 75. This kind of problem is very important. This is number 7. Now I'll take number 11. Look to number 11 here. Look carefully and think well how I can find the unknown length x and y. Which I can find it first. I think I can find x because x in a right angle triangle with angle 35 and the adjacent for 35 is 12 and x is the opposite. So I can put it in a tan ratio. Tan 35 to get x. Tan 35 equal x over 12. So tan 35 times 12 equal x. Calculated by your calculator, find tan 35, press equal, then multiply by 12. So x equal 8.4 or 40. Now I get x. I work in this triangle. This is the angle 60. What's opposite for angle 60? X. X over y. Okay, I get x. So tan 60 equal 8.40 over y. To get y, I'll take the x divided by tan 60 and calculate this one. So I'll work with this triangle first to get x. And after I get this x, it will be the opposite of angle 60. So tan 60 equal the value of x divided by y and get the length of y. Now, problem number 12, exercise 1 star, page 217. He asked about length of x and y. I can find the x first. How? From this triangle. You see this triangle? X is opposite to angle 20 and 30 is adjacent for angle 20. So tan 20 equal x over 30. Tan 20 equal x over 30. So x equal tan 20 multiply 30. Find the tan 20, press equal, multiply 30, you will get 10.9. 3 significant figure. By this way, I work it here. Where is my pencil? I work it with this triangle first to get x. And after I get x, I can add these two angles together. 20 plus 10 equal 30. What's facing to 30? X and y. So x and y is the opposite for angle 30. So tan 30 equals the length of x plus y over 30. Cross multiplication, so x plus y equal tan 30 multiply 30. This is adjacent for angle 30. Now I get tan 30 times 30 from the calculator equal x, which is 10.9 plus y. By this way, I can get the unknown length y. As you see, this idea repeated more than times, so this idea is important. I'll take number 13. I am still in exercise 1 star, page 217. Exercise 1 star, number 13. Yes, try to do it yourself. The same idea, but there is a problem here. He gave me the length of this angle only 20, but he didn't give me this. You can find it. I have a right angle triangle, this 90, this 60. So all this angle equal what? This equal what? 90 plus 60 minus all of them minus 180. So this is 30. So the remaining part here is 10. You understand from where I get it? Now you can work in this triangle to get tan 20 equal x over 20. Find the length of x and then deal with these two angles together, which is 30. Find the tan 30 equal y plus x over 20. You have the value of x, so you can get y. The same idea, but the difference here that this part is not completed. We can get it because the sum of angles in any triangle equal 180. So 180 minus 90 plus 60 equal 30. This part is 20, so the remaining part is 10. I make it here. I said to myself, I'll consider the missing angle is A. To get A, I said the sum of the angles 180. So this 180 equal 90 plus 60 plus 20 plus A. And get the length of A equal 10. And work in this triangle. Find tan 20. Tan 20 equal x over opposite x over adjacent 20. Tan 20 equal x over 20. So x equal tan 20 multiply 20. So x equals 7.28. This is the length of x. Now I'll take these two angles together, which is 30. 30. What is the opposite side? X plus y. The adjacent 20. So tan 30 equal x plus y over 20, the adjacent. So tan 30 multiply 20, I get its value from the calculator, 11.54 equal x, which is 7.28 plus y. And I can find the length of y like this. Please, after I finish, I want from you to solve these problems alone. Number 14. As you see here in number 14, he asked about x and y. I think I can get x from this triangle. I have angle 20, so 10 is opposite to 20 and x is adjacent to 20. So tan 20 equal 10 over x. By this way, I can find the length of x. Tan 20, I work in this triangle. Tan 20 equal 10 opposite over adjacent x. Find the length of x. And then I work with these two together. This angle 20 plus 15 equal 35. So 35, what is the opposite? 10. And he asked about y here. This is y. Okay. So the opposite for angle 35 is y plus 10. So tan 35 equal y plus 10 over x adjacent. So tan cross multiplication. Tan 35 multiplied by x equal y plus 10. Find this value from your calculator. 19.3 equal y plus 10. So y equal 9.3. Like this. Okay. These all problems I want from you related to tan or tangent ratio from exercise 1 and exercise 2. Please, I want from you, your homework is to solve the problems here I didn't solve, like number 2, number 4, like this, okay, only. And I want from you to resolve the problems I solved with you. I'll send the video with a copy from my preparation for you as a classwork. Thank you. Best wishes.